Hey guys, this is Rosie of Rosie Reads, and today I will be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. So since this is my second video that will be going up on my channel, I thought that I would do the newbie tag since I am new to Booktube. And Trina over at Between Chapters came up with a really good one, so I'm going to be doing hers. So the first question is, where are you joining us from? I am in the United States. I live on the East Coast. Question number 2. How old are you? I am 22 years old. I just graduated from college about 8 months ago, and now I'm in the real world, and so far so good. Question 3. Why did you join Booktube? Okay, so I think the obvious answer for this is I joined Booktube because I absolutely love to read. I want to be a children's librarian, like I stated in my last video, and if I could, I would read all the time, which I think is the same for a lot of people on this channel. I wanted to do this because I wanted to have the opportunity to share my ideas with everyone in the Booktube community and talk to people who have the same passion as mine and who are obsessed with reading as much as I am. Also obsessed with book buying and making our bookshelves look great and everything, which, if you've noticed, my bookshelf right now is a little minimized, but I am getting a bookshelf in the next few weeks, so I'm super excited about that. My parents bought it for me for Christmas, so yeah. And that's how you know you're on Booktube or you love books, when your parents buy you a bookcase or a bookshelf for Christmas. Question number 4. What is the meaning behind your channel name? Well, my name is Rosanna, but my friends call me Rosie, so that is how the Rosie part of it is. And then Rosie Reads 613 is my full channel name, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Rosie and Reads. There you go. And yeah, 613 are 2 of my favorite numbers, and that's why they're at the end of my channel name. I thought it needed a little bit more. Question number 5. What types of books do you read or want to talk about on here? Okay, so I like to read I would say a lot of different kinds of books. My main type of books are romance, like Susan Mallory. She is a new adult, not a new adult, I'm sorry. She is an adult romance author. I also like to read romance that may be a little controversial, especially this book, which I believe everyone knows what it is. Side note, I am currently kind of excited to watch this movie because I'm really interested to see how they make this into a movie. And I really like Jamie Dornan. Just throwing that out there. I also would love to talk about some classics. I own about 2 Jane Austen books. This is Northanger Abbey. I also own a gorgeous copy of Pride and Prejudice, which is over here. It was too low on the bookshelf, or the book pile, that I didn't take it out. Another type that I would love to discuss is certain nonfiction books. One of my favorites is Quiet by Susan Cain. I consider myself an introvert, and so when I saw this book, I was kind of like, oh my god, that is like the perfect book for me. I absolutely need to read this. So I picked it up, but I haven't read it yet, and that's probably another reason everyone can understand why our TBR piles are all very, very large and we keep buying books, so I haven't gotten to this one yet. My main books that I would love to talk, genres I would love to talk about, is YA. I just recently, within the past like 6 months to a year, have gotten into YA really, really much. I'm obsessed. I constantly go on Goodreads, constantly find different books on Goodreads to add to my TBR pile. And my TBR pile, I don't know if people do this. I do. I love Goodreads because it keeps track of all my books. And so I have currently 730 books on my to be read list on my Goodreads account, and a majority of them are YA. But yeah, I love YA. I would love, some books that I do love are Ruby Red by Kristen Gear. I haven't read this one yet, but it's on my to-do list or TBR list. Another is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which on Booktube is talked about constantly, which makes me want to read it even more. So yes. Another one that I'm really interested in the YA genre is the Everneath trilogy. Still getting used to the whole putting up books next to my face thing, so bear with me. I think this is a really interesting story, so I can't wait to get into this. But most of the stuff in YA that I like is fantasy, contemporary, romance, most fantasy stuff. Dystopian is a little, I don't know how I feel about dystopian yet. I haven't read too many, so of course I need to read some more and see how I feel about them. But I mostly stray towards fantasy and romance and contemporary books. Other books that I do also like are, I'm going to have to shout out Carolyn Keene right now. I love Nancy Drew books. Read these a ton when I was a kid, and I happened to pick this one up in one of my book hauls like last year. So I have one of these. I have about 10 back home, but yeah, this is the one with me right now. And then I also like fiction, just normal fiction, I guess you could say. Some that I have with me now is A Girl's Guide to Fishing and Hunting by Melissa Bank. I also like contemporary, adult contemporary, and one of them that I have, it's by Jill Mansell. It's called Staying at Daisy's. I bought this a few years ago, and it looks adorable. I still have not read it, which again accounts for me being a booktuber at heart. So yeah, those are some of the books that I would love to talk about here, and if any of you are interested, just leave a comment down below. If you liked any of the books that I showed, just leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. Question 6. What are some of your favorite authors? So some of my favorite authors, I've been reading since I was about 5 years old. I've been reading all my life. When I was younger, I would go to the library and bring back like 20 books at a time. Yes, I am a library girl at heart. I want to be a librarian, so I gotta rep the library. I love it. But yeah, some of my favorites that I can remember are the Magic Tree House series. Gonna give a shout out again to Carolyn Keene, Nancy Drew, one of my favorite series. I love these. More recently, I would say, I did go through kind of a huge reading slump, or kind of stopped reading for a little bit when I was in high school. And when I was in college, I came home for, I believe it was Christmas break, or maybe it was Thanksgiving, and I found this series, and I call it my get back into reading, or how I fell back into reading, because honestly, it is the one series that made me realize how much I love to read, how much I love reading books, and that is the Chicagoland Vampire series by Chloe Neal. I'll insert a picture up here, or up here. Either way, it'll be up here, probably. Again, I'm learning technical stuff, so bear with me. And then more recently, which is in the past 6 months, Rainbow Rowell. She's probably one of my favorites as of right now. I read Fangirl and, Kath and Levi, oh my god. I read that in probably a week. It was such a great book, and I related to the storyline so much because I am a fangirl of many, many things, and you guys will find out in later videos. Question 7. What's the last book you read? The last book that I read was actually a book that I am reading for work. I work with students in an elementary school, and we are reading Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes. And so that is the last book. If we're going to be very technical, this is the last book that I read. Question number 8. What are you currently reading? So the book that I'm currently reading is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. If you guys can see my little bookmark right here, I'm not that far in. I'm about 7 pages in. I just started this this week. Question 9. What do you use for bookmarks? So, to be completely honest, I've never actually used bookmarks that much. When I have been reading a book, I will just kind of memorize or remember or kind of try to remember where I am in the book, which is not the best idea in the entire world. So I don't usually use bookmarks, but my parents bought me these little magnetic bookmarks for Christmas, and this one is it's a fox. They're a tree or forest animal, and they're so adorable. There's one with, there's about 5 or 6 of them in the pack, and so this one is currently in this book. It's magnetic, so I just attached it to the page. But yeah, bookmarks, I don't usually use bookmarks that much. Again, I just kind of wing it, which I'm trying not to do because I actually love the bookmarks that my parents just bought me.